Hello and welcome to Domestic Adda and Rep Sports. I am joined by Joydeep Mukherjee, Kaushik Kashyap, and making his debut with Rep Sports in our Domestic Adda is Atriya Mukherjee, senior
Hi.
journalist, very senior journalist, and has covered cricket, 4 World Cups, and now with his love for domestic cricket, he's with us. Atriya, first of all, welcome to Rep Sports, welcome to Domestic Adda. Looking
Thank you.
forward to this discussion.
Sure. Let's go ahead.
Absolutely. And Joyda, let's not waste much time. I'll start with Group A first, Vijay Hazare Trophy. Some great performances we have seen, centuries, we have seen 5 wicket hauls. But right now in Group A, Saurashtra and Chandigarh are cruising, and they have left the pack behind in that group.
Yeah, absolutely. Before I start, I want to welcome Atri. Also known him for ages. He's a fabulous journalist, and we've been friends
Yep.
for a long time. So it's really
Yep.
glad
Hi,
to
Joydeep.
have
Hi.
him
How
on
are you?
board. Good, good. Yeah, the Vijay Hazare, the way it is now, back when I
Mhm.
played, it was the Wills Trophy. You played within the
Mhm.
zone. Two teams would qualify. We were in a slightly weaker zone, so it was always Bihar and us making it to the Wills Trophy. Two teams would make it. It's not that anymore. Like the elite
Mhm.
group in Ranji Trophy, even in Vijay Hazare and Mustaq Ali, nobody can say that I'm going to go and qualify from here. Himachal, I think, lost to who? Himachal lost to Assam
Trip-
yesterday.
Tripura, Tripura
No,
also.
Karnataka lost to Assam.
Karnataka.
Karnataka lost to Assam, and
Yeah.
Himachal, the defending champions, lost to Tripura. So
Yep. And Saurashtra as well. Yes.
everybody's getting better. So
Mhm.
a lot of the big teams are not doing that well, but then there's a trend of Karnataka being on top, Saurashtra being on top. That trend is Mumbai struggling a little bit in that group, which I'm
Mhm.
sure you come to. So
Yep.
it's panned out in such a way where nobody can say that I will definitely qualify. Also, what comes
True.
in is where you are playing. Now the matches in the Ranchi are starting at 8:30 in the morning. You lose the toss, you're a bit of a disadvantage. It's rather cool in Ranchi, it's in the east. So that also plays into the factors of you making it. I remember I was on commentary last year for the Vijay Hazare. It was in Jaipur, and every time, the first game was Tripura versus can't remember who, and Tripura were on fire in the first 10 overs. They had the others at 30 for one.
Mhm.
Ultimately, they got through because they were a strong team. But I'm saying
Right.
to win the toss, even in the final where Himachal went on to beat Tamil Nadu,
Tamil Nadu.
they were
Yes.
10 overs, 40 for two. And Dinesh Karthik
Mm.
went and got a brilliant 100, which ultimately became 268, 270 is what they chased. But that could easily have been
Yeah.
320 had the wicket been flat. So in Jaipur, in December, November, December, the weather over there. So 9 o'clock start in the morning, so all the factors come into place, just not the numbers.
Mhm. And absolutely, and as you mentioned, Himachal has been struggling, the defending champions. Atroda, are you surprised by Himachal in that Group A? 5 matches, 2 wins, and 3 defeats. When we did our pre-tournament preview, we were expecting them to do well again in this format.
See, not exactly surprised because, as Joydeep Das
Mhm.
was mentioning, that the competition has become so intense that who beats who, I mean, and unlike the other factors that come into play,
Mhm.
it's not very certain that who will do well on a given day. But
Right.
yes, they are the defending champions. They reached the finals of the T20.
Yep.
And we were expecting them to do slightly better than what they have.
Mhm.
But I wouldn't say I'm very surprised because the all the teams have become better. All teams have
Mhm.
improved.
True.
Right.
Barring one or two, I mean, all teams have improved. So
Right.
you can't say for sure. I mean, as we have seen, Karnataka losing to Assam, Himachal losing to
Mhm.
Tripura, Bombay losing 2 matches so far, Bombay losing
Mhm.
to services. So
Services.
Yes.
you can't say for sure that you cannot take your place for granted.
Mhm.
So,
True.
but these things can happen. Assam at the moment topping their group, the group which has Karnataka
Yes.
and Delhi.
Yes.
So we can't say
Will
for
will
sure
Delhi
that
is a
definitely.
surprise. Delhi is struggling.
one
That's
team
a
will
surprise.
keep winning,
Delhi is
and
such a
Mhm.
I
white
think
ball
that's the
team.
beauty of our domestic cricket. The gap has, the gap has reduced. There's so many
True.
teams which
Right.
can beat each other.
Very true.
So I'm not
Mhm.
exactly surprised that Himachal are not doing very well at the moment in this tournament, but
Mhm.
how it goes.
Absolutely, and as Joydeep, then you also said that the margin of competition has been so intense in these last couple of years. Be it Syed Mushtaq, be it Ranji Trophy, or be it Vijay Hazare Trophy, there has been some great performance by the hidden gems as well. Players we don't know, they are suddenly cropping up with a 50, with a 60, with an 80, with a 4 for. We don't know who might come as a surprise package on that given day. But Kaushik, if I have to ask you from this group, Saurashtra, Chandigarh, obviously the table toppers, which players have impressed you the most? We saw a five-for by Jaydev Unadkar in the last match. They defeated Himachal in that game, a crucial game. And at the moment, Saurashtra is flying in that group.
सी सौराष्ट्र ने बहुत अच्छा स्टार्ट किया था उनकट पावर प्ले में ही उनको 22 for 7 पे रिड्यूस कर दिया था. इट इज वेरी डिफिकल्ट टू रिकवर फ्रॉम दैट काइंड ऑफ फेज.
Right.
Kudos to Sumit Verma of Himachal who took the team to at least 130, that 80 run that made some record. I forgot what kind of record it made, but that
Mhm.
innings made some record. But Unadkat was very good, and even if Himachal would have scored some runs, सौराष्ट्र सी सौराष्ट्र के लिए बहुत ही इजी हो गया. अभी समझ व्यास भी इतना अच्छे फॉर्म में है. अगर अच्छा कंडीशन
Right.
मिलता, अच्छा विकेट मिलता तो सब फॉर्म में है. सईद मुश्ताक अली में भी देखा
Right.
हम लोगों ने, क्योंकि बैटिंग ऑर्डर, क्योंकि
Right.
शेल्डन एक्सपीरियंस भी तो है. अभी अर्पित बड़ा भाई का इतना अच्छा सेंचुरी आया उस दिन ही
Mhm.
in some 80 odd balls. That was a very very good century. तो अभी एक्सपीरियंस के साथ फॉर्म भी है. उनक्कद ने ऐसे परफॉर्मेंस दे दिया है कंडीशंस के हिसाब से. तो सौराष्ट्र डेफिनेटली वन ऑफ द फेवरेट्स गोइंग अहेड.
I want to
Absolutely.
throw a
And we,
question,
on,
Anil. Are you guys surprised that Jaydev Unadkat doesn't get a look in?
I am
we have
surprised
had
because in the Bangladesh test series at least.
yeah. Achruta, I'm pretty sure would have something to say on this. I mean, Jaydev Unadkar, he has done nothing wrong. In Ranji Trophy, he was the highest wicket taker a couple of
Day
seasons
in,
back.
day out, match in, match out. Ranji Trophy 60 wickets, Dilip Trophy man of the tournament. I mean, he's 31. You
Yeah.
know, he's 31, and I understand that he's played once before and all that, but he played when he wasn't ready. Now he's as good as he is, and to get a team down to 27 in
Mhm.
white ball doesn't do a lot. How much ever the
Right.
conditions.
Right.
I just feel, and he just keeps his head down and performing, head down and performing, head down and performing. There are a lot of other people who will tweet or do whatever, but he just keeps his head down and
Mhm.
performing. Initially, he
Absolutely.
said a few things, wins the Ranji Trophy for his team. I mean, Saurashtra winning the Ranji Trophy when I played, so Saurashtra would never qualified. Never qualified. They're winning the Ranji Trophy. Amazing, amazing performance. और उन्होंने team बनाया. Jaydev Unadkat is the fan belt of the team.
Yep. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Another
Achruta, your
thing,
thoughts on it?
I think, he has missed out at a time when the Indian team was specifically looking for a left-arm medium pacer. That surprises me
Mhm.
even more. And as Jagdeesan was saying, that day in, day out, in different kind of conditions, taking wickets in white ball cricket, red ball cricket, uh, everywhere. I mean, these pitches are
Yeah.
not exactly conducive for his kind of bowling.
And he
We must
plays in
remember that.
Rajkot. Rajkot is his home.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's
flat,
Flat
very
it's a
pitch,
flat.
nothing for
graveyard for fast
pacers.
bowlers. It used to be a graveyard for fast bowlers,
Yes. Yes.
and to be able to deliver with this kind
Uh-huh.
of consistency over a period of time, I
Uh-huh.
thought he deserved a little bit better as far as the national team call up goes. उसको टीम में शायद आना चाहिए था,
Mhm.
लेकिन I can't say कि for what reason he is not there. I can't say.
Yeah, I mean, that is not our call. I'm just saying, so many teams, we had teams in Zimbabwe, we had teams in Ireland, we had teams in England. Yeah, कहीं ना कहीं तो बनता है उसका.
हाँ, exactly,
एक
exactly.
चांस तो बनता है. और he's a handy bat down the order, number 9, number 10
And,
में if you have a Jaydev Unadkar.
and he's a finished product. We talk about Surya. Surya has 10 years of first class cricket behind him. And we say, why
Right.
isn't Rishabh Pant? Rishabh Pant has 1 year of first class behind him.
Right.
Right.
So 10 साल जो पका है, first class cricket is the place where the players are made. I saw Saurav Ganguly first and in the team in 92 and then I saw him in 96. But in 4 years, what happened? Dilip Trophy, Ranji Trophy,
Mhm.
Irani Trophy, Deodar Trophy, all that. India A, Giz gaya. घिस के प्लेयर बन गया.
Hmm.
92 में भी प्लेयर था, 96 में भी, but polished. The polish took 4 years.
Polished.
What I like
Polished.
about Jaydev is that he is not demotivated. I mean, I was speaking to him after the Ranji Trophy, after they won the Ranji Trophy last season, and he's not demotivated. He's quite happy to do well for Saurashtra.
Hmm.
That matters for him. I mean, that he wants to play. He wants his team to do well. They do a lot of planning. I mean, they don't have a lot of star players. I mean, if you see,
Right.
I mean, Jadeja didn't play the Ranji Trophy that season. Pujara played the final only,
Yeah.
Right.
and other than them, who is there? I mean, who is there? Is nobody, not even another player who is in India A reckoning. I mean, yes,
Right.
Sheldon Jackson was, but
Chetan Sakaria now you can say is in the fringes
now Chetan
of the
Chakaria made
yeah,
it after
yeah,
that. Chetan Chakaria
yeah.
made it to the forefront after that.
After that, right.
So,
In fact, Chetan
uh,
Sakaria is the protege of Jaydev Unadkat. So when
right,
Chetan Sakaria went to
Right.
the Indian team, it was actually Jaydev Unadkat who was still better than him, but they wanted to go with somebody younger, maybe a different mindset. But Akshay makes a
Mhm.
great point. He doesn't demotivate because you control what you can. As a player,
Right.
selection is not in your hand.
he's highly
Arun Lal used to
motivated.
tell us
He's
back in
highly
the day.
motivated.
Arun Lal used to tell us back in the day, just score as many runs where you break the door open. And I have to tell you this story because it's really interesting and I'll keep it as short as I can. So
Right.
first year I played Ranji Trophy, got some runs. Can I
Yes,
go on?
please, Joyda, please.
Yeah. So first year I played Ranji Trophy, got some runs. So I got into the Dilip Trophy team. So Arun Lal said that he will not. He was the captain, so he said, "No, I'm not going to go. I'm going to concentrate on my career because I'm not going to play for India anymore." That time he had to go to office. He had a proper job and all that. He said. So his wife Reena Lal, who was like a guardian to us, said that Arun, all these young boys, there was a lot of us, four IB Roy, myself, Satinder, 5-7 is Riyashish, 5-6 I just made it to the Blue team for the first time. So he said, yeah, these young boys have got into the team. Why don't you just go on this tour? You come back and then you call it, you retire and you play for Bengal. You don't want to play zone and all that. So the first game in Pune, he got 214 against Central Zone.
Mm.
We won that game. Then we had a 3-day gap. We came to Bombay and he got 287 against West Zone. And 13 days later, he was on a flight to West Indies. That's how careers change.
Yeah.
So the reason I'm giving this example is because Jaydev knows that one day his chance will come. उस दिन वो फाड़ देगा. अगर नहीं है तो नहीं है. I always tell the players, be ready even if your chance doesn't come. But don't get a chance and then say, why am I not ready? That's the worst feeling. Chance is not in your hand. Chance is not in your hand.
Right, and whenever you speak to Jaydev, मतलब वो एक ही बात बोलेगा कि मुझे नहीं, मैं नहीं सोचता उस सब के बारे में. मुझे सौराष्ट्र के लिए मैं अभी रिप्रेजेंट कर रहा हूँ. I'll help them win the match, and he's doing it day and day out. But
And
Kaushik
when
Abhinandan,
he
if I
first came to KKR as an 18-year under 19 India से पहला टीम उसका KKR में he came 1 year. He had issues with no ball. Wasim Akram के साथ घुस के रहता था. He learned everything from Wasim Bhai. He wouldn't leave Wasim Bhai for a minute. He had an issue with high catching. So we used to take 50 high catches every day after the nets were over. Often the team bus left and we went back in a car because our 50 high catches weren't done. So you could see the attributes, the work ethics of a young 19-year-old boy when he hadn't even played, just been under 19 India.
Yeah.
And then, these are the ones that hold you in good stead over your career.
absolutely, and work
These are
ethics wise,
habits.
I think
These are habits that keep you going. I mean, it doesn't happen just like that. I mean, somebody doesn't take 60 wickets in a season just like that. I mean, because what we sometimes do not see, what we sometimes overlook or ignore, is that what goes on, like Jadeb said, what goes on behind the scene. I mean, what he did after practice. I mean, the team left and he kept going.
right.
Those are the things that make a player. I mean, I'm sure that at some stage, in some form, he will be rewarded for what he has done.
I hope so. He deserves it.
Absolutely. He deserves it. He deserves it. Absolutely. But moving on, guys, I'll go to Abhinandan and Kaushik. Any other notable performances from this group? Group A, we are talking about, of course, Saurashtra. For them, Dharmendra Singh Jadeja has been doing well. Samarth Vyas has been doing well. But for Chandigarh, other teams you want to mention before we move to the next group? Yes, Kaushik, please.
quickly, just saying, Rinku Singh, another very good innings.
Yes.
Madhav also scored a century after a good half century in the last game. Then
Mm-hmm.
from some contribution from the top order UP, which we have
Yes.
not seen consistently in
Yes.
last couple of years. So this is some good contribution from the top order of UP. Then Hyderabad, Tilak Verma scored a century as well. So
Mm-hmm.
that is also a notable performance. This and Chandigarh has been good as well. The 4 wins in 5 games. So let's see who goes up, because everyone. This is, I think this is a group of that, because out of eight
Yeah, we
teams,
talked
seven
about it.
are, yeah, out of 8 teams, 7 are winning. 7 are playing
Yes.
really really well. Yes, HP has been doing below par to what we expected, but Tripura is also winning. So Gujarat, Hyderabad, UP, HP, Chandigarh. So any one will make to the top two. Let's see who makes it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I mean, this was the group of death as we discussed in our preview as well. Some top teams out there. But let's move to the other groups as well, because I was going through the points table, and all the teams, all the groups are so tightly packed. Joyda, I'll come to you. Group B, Assam, Karnataka, Jharkhand, they all are on 16 points, and that group is very nicely poised up in the run up to the last two games in this
And
group.
they are in Kolkata.
They are in Kolkata. Yes.
Yeah. Again, I'm a little surprised with Delhi. I feel that Delhi should be a lot better. They're a gun white ball team. They don't play
Uh-huh.
to their potential. They don't play to their potential. Much like Punjab was. I was on air in the Punjab game, and they lost. They
Uh-huh.
didn't qualify last year in Lucknow in the Mustaq Ali group stage. They had 11
Mhm.
IPL players,
Right.
and they lost to Maharashtra. They lost to Tamil Nadu, and they didn't qualify.
Mhm.
So it's just
Right.
goes to show that it's not the names and the numbers that make, it's the players that how they do. Delhi, if you take it individually, look at the guys: Nitish Rana, Dhruv Shore, I don't know, Lalit Yadav, Ishant
Yeah.
Sharma, Navdeep Saini. Look at those names,
Navdeep Saini, yes.
and still struggling. Yeah, again, tosses will be a factor here. It's an 8:30 start over here. Tosses are a factor here because sometimes, no matter, it's rather cool in Kolkata now, mornings and evenings. So there is a bit of moisture. The conditions have been great, but overall, it's good to see Assam coming through. Shivram Purakaista getting 100. Batting at number 4. These are daddy hundreds because they win you games.
Mhm.
When you win a game batting at 4, get 100, and then you get confidence of
Mhm.
doing it again. That's how we all went forward in our careers. Having done it,
Right.
you feel okay. You always doubt yourself doing it, going there, but once you do it, you go, oh, I can do this. I can do this again. I can do this again. Then you go to a level higher, and then you go through the same process again.
Right. Right. I mean, but for Delhi, I mean, even Rajasthan for that bowling attack, they have been a disappointment. Atroda, I mean, Rajasthan. When you look at that bowling attack, you have good pacers, you have the two quality spinners, Rahul Chair, Ravi Bishnoi. But despite that, they are not getting the support they want from their batsmen on the match days.
So what do you do when you're when batting as a side, when your batsmen do not do well, you do end
Mhm.
up paying a price for that.
Mhm.
That has happened. But what amazes me most is the performance of Assam. If you go, I was
Mhm.
going through the statistics tables, and
Right.
if you look at the if you take a look at the list of highest scorers or highest wicket takers in the top 10 or
Mhm.
12, there is nobody from Assam,
Right. Right.
and yet they are heading the group. So
Mhm.
that's what they have done as a team. So I think
Right.
therein lies the answer to your question, that it's not about having those players. It's about performing as a unit. So if you do
Mhm.
not complement each other, each department, if one department doesn't complement the other, then you don't get
Mhm.
the result. That's what happened.
Right.
That's what has happened in case of Rajasthan, and also probably in case of Delhi, as Jagdeesan was saying.
Delhi as well. Right. Right. You have all the big guns in the.
Rajasthan has always struggled with their batting. When they won the Ranji
Uh,
Trophy, they had Rishikesh Kanitkar, they had Akash Chopra, they had Rashmi
mm,
Ranjan Parida. So batting has been an issue with Rajasthan for a long time. They've always had gun
mm,
bowlers. And if
mm,
Rajasthan is not a force today, the reason being their batting. Their bowling has always been solid. But like Atro says, you need both sides of the beam balance to be strong for you to do well. I mean, one can
right.
bail the other out, but it can't be 20-80. It can be 40-60. It's fine.
Yeah, and
Right,
here is a
right.
team
And
that's here is a team like Assam, which is topping a group which includes Karnataka and Delhi.
right,
So
right.
there is some serious results there, and you don't see any of them. I mean, Riyan Parag is the only one whose name is known. I mean, at
Yeah,
the national level,
yeah.
and none of them are in the top 10 or 12. I mean, not one batsman, not one bowler, but still
Hmm.
And these teams tend
they are
to do
there.
well
So
because you're not dependent, like I was saying, you're not dependent on one
right,
or two. If they lose form, what do you do? So these are the teams that tend to
Right,
do well because there are 6, 7 people who are in form.
right, right.
you
And Kaushik,
perform as a unit. You perform as a unit. I mean, not
yes.
as individuals.
And Kaushik is from Assam, so he knows that team in and out. Kaushik, your thoughts on Assam?
Kaushik
I
Rai,
mean,
Rai smile. He's got the hand in front of his face because he's a Rai smile. His shoulders. The t-shirt has suddenly become a little tighter to him because his chest has broadened.
yes.
Sir, yeah, the complete team unit, playing as a complete team unit, because if we see earlier in the game, as Joida said, it's a morning, the conditions help the bowlers in Kolkata. So, Mukhtar Hussain is one guy, I think he is the second best player in this lineup after Riyan Parag. Mukhtar
Mhm.
Hussain, he has also worked in Magra Academy, that MRF Space Academy.
MRF Pace
So,
Academy, yes.
yeah, and he also got selected in Dulip Trophy for East Zone. So he's a player to watch out from this team. And one guy, Sunil Lachit, is a left arm pacer. That guy bowls really well with control and discipline. So his numbers also shows that, because in 6 overs he gave only 18 runs against someone like Mayank Agarwal and Samarth, R. Samarth at the top of the order
Mm.
of Karnataka. So the bowling attack also contributed and restricted them really, really low. I think this Karnataka side can easily go to 350 plus, but they were
Mm.
struggling to even reach 300. Manoj Bhandake of Karnataka, as usual, he scored a very good cameo. So that helped
Mhm.
Karnataka. Yeah.
Ah,
See,
I
this
mean,
happened a few years back. This happened a few years
mhm,
back. I mean, let's not assess Assam or evaluate Assam in the by going by just one tournament. What they
mhm,
did a few years back, when they were not doing very well, they decided that they
mhm.
will not take outstation players. They'll groom
Right.
their own players and then see what happens. And
Mhm,
that takes a bit of time. It doesn't happen overnight. It doesn't happen in the space of 1 or 2 seasons. So
mhm.
they picked their own players, made their own lot, and then gave them some time to see how it goes.
Right.
Probably what we are seeing now is the benefit of that. Yes, I did that.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
what Kaushik was saying, if you lose the toss in Calcutta 8:30 in the morning, now the Karnataka boys are used to playing on red soil, and it's black soil over here. Now, when black
Mhm,
soil is moisture, it really is difficult to score runs. So Mayank and all, as good a player as they are, it will take them a little bit of time. And I
mhm,
remember Praveen Amre one year came to play for Bengal. He was struggling in club cricket, but in state cricket he was doing well because state cricket the wickets are better when he played Ranji Trophy,
mhm,
Dilip Trophy, because the level is higher. But when he went to play club cricket, he was not as dominant. He was still scoring runs because that's how good he is. But he wasn't as dominant as he was for state. So can you imagine you are going a grade lower, but you're not being as dominated because the wickets were not suiting him. In cricket, that pitch, that 22 yards, I keep harping on this, makes a huge difference. Now, when we play
mhm,
football, it's more or less the same. I mean, what, 90, 95, 5% difference between playing wherever, good.
mhm.
But in cricket, two pitches next to each other could be chalk and cheese.
Mhm.
We had that back in the
Right.
day for KKR. One was a 200 wicket, one was a 140 wicket. Sunil Narayan, 140, you'll win the game. We got 210s against Punjab Kings 11 Punjab back in the day. We got 210 and lost in
Mhm,
18 overs. Jayawardene got 100. So pitch makes a huge difference. So I feel for the Karnataka boys because if you lose the toss on black soil and you're batting 8:30 in the morning, it's not easy. As was in
Ah,
the Trophy semi-finals, Karnataka Bengal, when Bengal went to the final, Abhimanyu Ishwaran Raman going out to bat at 8:30 in the morning, and 4 grass, Prasid Krishna waiting with a new ball. Not easy. Not easy.
yep, yep. And this group is still wide open. I mean, all three of the teams are at 16 points. Any one of them, any two of them can qualify for the semifinals. Of course, there will be a battle for the third best spot as well. But this group. We didn't expect Jharkhand to put up a show, 16 points. We were expecting someone like Delhi or Vidarbh to come and push for that pre-quarter final spot at least, but they have failed. Jharkhand are doing pretty well. And on that note, let's move to Group C. So Tamil Nadu, when we did our pre-tournament show, Joyda, Kaushik, Triyoda, we held Tamil Nadu as one of the favorites. Of course, the depth, the kind of players they have, they have groomed machine, a groomed, well-oiled machine, and they are almost are in one step in the quarterfinals. 18 points, 5 matches, 4 wins, and one match ended up in a no result. And along with them, Andhra Pradesh 14 points, Haryana 14 points, Kerala 14 points. So the battle of the second spot is wide open. What do you think of this group, and especially Tamil Nadu?
I expect
Kaushik,
So,
you want to start?
Kaushik start. Kaushik start.
Tamil Nadu, especially the top order, because Jagadeesan
Yeah,
and Sai Sudarshan have been very,
nice
very
suggestion.
good this season.
Yeah.
They have made some huge records, and Jagadeesan have been in with the name with some big names in that four consecutive least century record.
Yeah.
So
And
that way, it is
let
healthy.
go by Chennai, I think.
Yes, sir.
Has he been released by Chennai?
Yes, yes, yes.
Chennai
He has
Super
been
Kings,
released.
yes, he has been.
Yes, he has been released. Yes. So I think Jagadisan's this is best format in my opinion.
Hmm.
So the least tier format, the 50 over format. So he's showing just what he can do in this format. And in this group, I guess Andhra is doing also really well. Andhra's bowling attack
Yes,
is very
14 points
versatile.
second.
Their bowling attack is very, very versatile. They have also won games and almost now in the second position. So
Hmm.
Nitish Kumar Reddy has been impressing me very, very well in the last game as well against Kerala. He took 3 wickets, and this guy has been called by many IPL teams as well. So this is one
Hmm.
guy who can swing the ball, and he got some gun in swinging Yorkers, especially. I'm just mentioning with मुझे जो अच्छा लगा देख के
हाँ,
वो बोल रहा हूँ मैं. So
नहीं नहीं
yeah, so
बिल्कुल
Andhra
बिल्कुल
is
ये प्लेटफॉर्म है ही बोलने के लिए.
one team who has been surprising in this format.
Hmm. Absolutely, and Haryana as well. I mean, you have that mix of experience and youth in that Haryana team, and they are doing well. Atroda, if we talk about Tamil Nadu, you and I were speaking last night, and Jagadeeshan was one of the topics that we talked about. 4 consecutive centuries, not easy in any group in any format. 4 centuries is a good achievement in my opinion.
it's a bit absurd, I would say. I mean, in one match, although it was against Goa, which is not among the topmost sides, there were 275
Mhm.
for no loss in 40 overs. I have never seen
Atra,
this kind of score.
Atra, I got to stop you here. One Bengal Railways game, Bengal got 260, 15 years back. Railways won 261 for no loss in 38 overs. Amit Pagnis and TP Singh.
Okay,
So
the
there are
Bombay
these
batsman.
some weird, I'm sure you've covered it. Weird games that come. 30, Ranudev Bose, Shivshankar Paul, Lakshminathan Shukla, the attack. 38 overs lost by 10 wickets. Crazy game.
Wow,
And when I
wow.
mentioned that
Well,
to Rono, everybody, oh, don't talk about
that's
that
what I
game.
mean. These kind of things happen once in 15, 20 years, probably.
True.
Yes.
And according to me, Tamil Nadu is possibly one
Mhm.
of the most balanced sides. I mean, they have all the
Mhm.
bases covered. They've got they
Mhm.
bat deep. They
Right,
can bat till about 8 or 9. They have
right.
different kinds of bowlers. I mean, they
Mhm.
always had good spinners. Now they have, after they got Sandeep Warrior from
Right.
Kerala.
From
They have
from
Kerala,
Kerala. Yeah.
Kerala.
they have kind of strengthened their pace attack as well.
Yes.
Mm.
And I think they have got all the bases covered. And if you see Tamil Nadu especially in white ball cricket, they have been quite
Mhm.
consistent for the last few years. I
Very,
mean,
Right,
very.
right, right.
Karnataka and Tamil Nadu are two gun white ball teams.
yeah, yeah,
Last year, one is
exactly.
champion, one is runner up.
Sanjay
Again,
Mushtaq.
Yeah, it's
Vijay
either
Hazare.
them or it's either Tamil Nadu or Karnataka. I mean, over the last few years, I mean, Himachal has been an exception,
Yeah.
but
Mhm.
it's been either Karnataka or Tamil Nadu.
True.
And in
Mhm.
most of the times, they played the final. These two
Mhm.
teams played the
So,
final.
Akhtar makes a very important point. Their fast bowling attack has been an issue, and Ranji Trophy you can't do well without fast bowlers because you're going to
Yeah.
take 20 wickets. It's a 6 point game. The more the
Right.
outrights, the more you qualify. Tamil Nadu most often than not don't qualify because they play a lot of three games, three. They bat strong, they get the lead, but sometimes the lead is not good
Mhm.
enough because it's out of 19 teams, 5 are going through. So people are playing 6 games. You either take
Right.
6 or you take 6. That's how you play, and that's how you qualify. But Tamil Nadu. So I want to make a very interesting point here. So one-day cricket, 50-over cricket is different to T20, although they are both white ball.
Mhm.
I'll name you a
Mhm.
couple of players who are gun 50-over players, but T20 is
Mhm.
not the strongest format. Like
Right.
Shakib Al Hasan, he's a gun 50-over player. But if you see T20, I'm talking about franchisee cricket, he would be one name who should be in every franchise would want. Because he bats at 6. Because Bangladesh, he bats 3-4. He doesn't bat in IPL at 3-4. He gets to bat 6-7.
Mhm.
The requirement, the prerequisites of a 6-7 is something that is not his strength. Even in
Right.
in England in the World Cup, he batted 3, he batted 4, got 3-400s. So he
Mhm.
needs a bit of time. So sometimes,
Right.
because white ball, we sort of club Mustaqil and Vijay together. But there's a huge like
Mhm.
Jagadeesan. Like this
Yeah.
year, Tamil Nadu were horrific in Mustaqil. But look at them in Vijay
Right.
Hazare. So it's the strength
Right.
of the players that are coming through.
True.
It's a
Completely
depth
agree.
in their side. It's a depth in their side that impresses me most. They had,
Mhm.
as I said, I mean, they bat till about 8 or 9. They have bowlers who can bat. They have batsmen who can bowl.
Right.
There is Shah Rukh Khan. I mean, we are talking about mostly about Jagadeesan and Sai Sudarshan because they have been scoring all the runs
There's an M.
and hardly
Sanjay
getting out.
who's a really good player also in the
M.
middle.
Sanjay is there. Sai Kishore is there. Manimaran
Uh,
Siddharth is there. So these
Yes,
are good bunch
yeah,
of
but if you
players.
see,
the
if you
Baba
see
twins. The Baba twins are also
Ba-
quite.
Baba,
They both.
Baba brothers are there. Yes.
if you see their T20 record and one-day record, you'll see their one-day record is far better. That's the reason why they always do well in Vijay Hazare. Mustaqil also they've done well. This year Shah Rukh had a quiet one, so that
Mm.
showed. At the top they were quiet. DK was not there, so all that showed.
Mm.
DK is the fan belt of that team. Once we
Even
Bengal
Washi had a quiet tournament.
yeah, Washi was not there. Once Bengal
Mm.
reached the final, Autre was there in Delhi, and we blew everybody away. We chased 354 against Dhoni and Jharkhand. We chased 360 against Maharashtra. In the final, Shami comes down. We win the toss. We put them in. We had them at 30 for 4. Dinesh Karthik came and got 100, which is unbelievable. We should have still got. We were only chasing 240 and we succumbed. But all I'm saying is that this is game changing. 30 for 4. Mohammad Shami bowling. Tim reeling. He comes and gets a 128.
Mm.
That's the reason he's in the Indian team. That's the reason why he's special.
Bengal still should have won that match. I would say. I mean, that the total was not very high. And
Yeah.
Bengal start. I still remember the start Bengal
Yes,
made. I mean, in
yes,
10 overs
absolutely.
they scored some 12 or 15 runs
And
without
Washi
losing a
was
wicket.
bowling. Yes, yes. Washi and Sai and Washi and the other left arm spinner before Sai Kishore. Rahil Shah was bowling.
Hmm.
Right, Shah. Right, Shah. Absolutely. Yes, Kaushik, please.
हाँ so about that spinner combination Tamil Nadu has very मतलब बहुत variety of spinners होते हैं उनके lineup में always
Mhm.
but there's one guy Sonu Yadav who is coming in this pace attack this time who is contributing
Mhm.
really well. He can move the ball really sharply off the seam and in the air as well. So Tamil Nadu Premier League maybe he performed really well. So this guy also is contributing for Tamil Nadu and also Ajit Ram is performing in under 25. So Tamil Nadu is coming up with some great pace bowlers now.
Absolutely. I mean, Tamil Nadu, the bench strength we talked about, but it's a great. Matlab, the core they have domestic, the local tournaments. They have T20 tournaments, 50-over tournaments. The age group is quality. The structure is really good out there, and Atroda has worked there. So I mean, he can
They,
tell us
they, are,
more
they, are, they,
about
are,
that.
they're incredibly serious about the cricket. I mean,
Yeah.
the pitches you can say that at the local level the pitches are mostly on the slower side, but they're
Arjun,
very
the club
serious about the
is
cricket.
also very good. The corporates backing and all that.
It's almost like Ranji Trophy. It's almost like Ranji Trophy.
Wow.
I
And
mean, people from
corporate
players
backing,
from different states play in the.
you could elaborate on the corporate backing.
Yeah, exactly. And almost all the teams are backed by some corporate body or the other.
Mm.
And the
So
TNPL,
Abhimanyu
TNPL has
Ishwaran,
also worked wonders for them.
Abhimanyu Ishwaran, Bengal captain, went and played in. He said, we've got an offer." I said, "Yeah, please go and play." He went there. He was playing for the B team of India Cements.
Yeah.
India
That's so
Cements
strong.
probably
Yeah.
runs multiple teams actually
Yeah.
in the local club first division club circuit. India Cements
Mhm.
runs more than one team, and there are other companies
Mhm.
as well.
It's the solidity of the structure they have.
They've always had Spake and Kemplas back in the day and MRF. They've always had that.
Yep, yep. And we are talking about Tamil Nadu, but one boy from Kerala who is also making some good noise is Rohan Kunumal in the opening
Oh,
slot. We we
fantastic
saw
player.
his we saw his
Fantastic.
Ranji Trophy debut last season around, but this time in white ball cricket, he's stamping his authority.
Only player in the history of Kerala cricket to have three Ranji Trophy hundreds on the trot.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
And I happened to be on air for those hundreds.
Mhm.
So much of maturity, so much of, he's a young boy. He's played 2 games before that. So he's out in 6 games. I think he was averaging 100 in Dilip Trophy. When he came to Dilip Trophy, he was
Yep.
averaging 100 in first class cricket. And really, really good player. Really good player. You can make out this is a player for the future. And
Right.
has the shots, sometimes, when you're young, like a Het Patel, another gun player, doesn't,
Yeah.
sometimes his
Yeah.
temperament gets to him, but not
Mhm.
Ron Kunumar. He opens the batting,
Mhm.
so he knows how to play. He's decent technique. He's solid. When it's seaming around, he plays one way. When it's getting a little easier, he plays another way. Then when the moody bowlers come, then he plays another way. So he's got many gears to his game. That is, you don't see that in young players. You see that after 20, 25 games.
Mhm.
How to construct an innings. We all learned that.
Right.
Pehle again, you playing Jaidev Unadkat, you can't play shots. You're
Mhm.
batting 7 of 21 balls. Then first change, Prerak Mankad and Chirag Jani comes. He's 22 batting
Mhm.
of 30 for 7 balls. Then
Mhm.
somebody else comes. The spinner comes, Dharmendra Jadeja. He's 41 batting of 55 balls. So, there's a again Jaidev Unadkat comes. He's now 47 batting of 74 balls. So there's a process
Mhm.
that's going on. It's just not batting. There's
Right.
amount of planning that's going on. And very, very mature cricketer.
Very mature cricketer. I know him and I understand the kind of hard work he puts. Last time I asked him, red ball mein to you have made a mark, but what about white ball? He said it's a work in progress, but we'll see next season. You will see some new strokes from my bat, and we are seeing it this time around. He has really worked hard on his batting.
But
Adrioda, equally impressive.
everybody
Impressed?
works hard. Everybody.
Yeah.
This first class cricket and list A and T20 is so tough. I've seen people like Abhishek Raman and Shahbaz Ahmed and Mukesh Kumar and
Mhm.
all these boys firsthand. Everybody slogs. You can't be here. I mean, even a Tendulkar slogged, even a Ganguly slogged, even a Lakshman. Lakshman was once telling me. Everybody said, that I didn't work hard in the monsoons in Hyderabad. I would run a Gymkhana ground 20 rounds when it was raining. And people said,
Mhm.
just because I didn't run as fast as Azharuddin or Mohammad Kaif, people thought I didn't train. But it's not that. That's not true. You don't play 134 test match if you don't work hard.
Right. Right.
Absolutely.
Adrioda, equally impressed by Rohan Kunumal.
See, to be very honest, I haven't seen him bat
Mhm.
like Jodita has. I've seen the scores, and those are absolutely amazing. What impresses me most is the rise of the Kerala side. I mean,
Mhm.
where was Kerala? I mean, in the national cricket landscape, where was Kerala? See,
Mhm.
True.
then the way they have come up,
Some internet issues,
hello,
I guess. Yes, Adrioda.
Then you're back.
the way Kerala has performed over the years.
I think he's having some internet issues.
Yeah, I think what
No
he's
issues.
saying is the
Yeah.
influx of Sandeep Warrior, Basil Tampi, Sanju Samson, Rohan Prem, Sachin
Yep.
Baby.
They
So
brought
there's
in
a
a Jalak Saxena in between from Madhya
yes.
Pradesh.
They
Yep.
had Dav Watmore as their head coach for a while. So
Yep.
these things, you get a bunch of players, and
Mhm.
they bind together. They play for a while, and they bind together. That's exactly what's happened to
Mhm.
Himachal now. No big names except Rishi, but they bind together. They've all played 30, 40 games. They know their games.
Right. Right.
Dahi Jamia.
Kaushik, before we move, yeah, yeah.
Dahi Jamia,
Kaushik,
please.
before we move to the next group, Kaushik, any notable names from this group that you want to point out from Group C? You're on mute.
Kerala only one pacer. I think I mentioned his name in the preview of the tournament. Fanus Faisal, if I'm not wrong,
Yes, 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 Farhan Faisal, yes.
if I'm pronouncing his
Mhm.
name correctly. So he's one guy who can do a bit because he's playing his first Vijay Hazare Trophy, if I'm not wrong, because he did well in the under 25 with the
Mhm.
red ball as well. In the CK Naidu also he did well. So this is one
Mhm.
guy. See Kerala again coming up, and there is a Eden Tom Apple who is not even playing now. He
Oh,
played Ranji Trophy.
Yes.
He
I,
played
I,
Ranji Trophy.
I interviewed him.
Yeah.
So I asked
Oh.
him that how, yeah, I interviewed him. I said, how on air? And I asked him that, how did you get this name? He said, I have no idea. I said, okay. One of the shortest interviews I've done. So I said, it'll be really nice, Tom, to see you at the Eden, watching you bowl with an apple in hand. But 16 years old playing Ranji Trophy. Make a
Yes.
note of that.
Yes, yes.
And clicking 140, Joida.
Yeah.
He's
Little
he
wayward.
clicks.
I saw him bowl, little wayward. See, when you're young and you're quick, you only want to bowl short. Javagal
Mhm.
Srinath also did that. But then you learn. Umran Malik does that
मारना
a
है,
lot. मारना है.
मारना है.
विकेट तो कभी भी आपको मारना है. विकेट तो सब लेते हैं.
हाँ.
आपको हेलमेट में मारना है. खून घर
Mhm.
बाहर भेजना है. तो थोड़ा खेलते खेलते लेकिन सीनियर क्रिकेट में सब तैयार है.
हाँ.
So he struggled a bit, but the moment he bowled fuller, and what I mean by full is not full, but fuller. Then
Mhm.
he got 2-3 wickets in a game, but he went for a few runs because constantly he was erring on the shorter side, and
Mhm.
these hardcore first class cricketers were waiting. ये तो एक दो बॉल
Mhm.
छोटा टकाक like that. And Ranji Trophy, 3 slips, gully, pings off the bat. No deep point,
Mhm.
no deep square leg, attacking field, but amazingly promising. And I'm sure he's going to play for under 19 in India. If he's playing Ranji Trophy at 16, the under 19 in
Yeah.
India is the beginning for him.
Yep. Yep.
He's
I think
playing
we'll
now.
see a lot of.
He's in Kuch Bihar now. Kuch Bihar. He's playing Kuch Bihar.
हाँ.
And I think it was Rajkot, no? It was the venue where he made debut. I think it
Yes,
was
that's right.
Rajkot.
That's right.
Rajkot.
Same group with Rohan got runs, MP was there, Nagaland was there, Gujarat was there. That was the
Mhm.
group. Oh.
Let's move to the other group, Group D, the second last group, and this group looks as a straightforward qualification for the Punjab and Jammu and Kashmir. Jammu Kashmir, for that matter, has produced some good, eye-catching results. They have beaten the heavyweights. They have performed. They have chased down 300 plus. Their bowlers are doing well. Their all-rounders are making a mark. Abid Mushtaq, namely, has been doing really well in this tournament. Kaushik, Jammu Kashmir surprised by them.
Not at all. I surprised when they don't perform, when they don't do well, because the kind of talent they are producing, especially in the pace attack and power hitting, it's really surprised me when they don't do well in the shorter format. But now they are climbing up well. That Punjab versus JNK game was very good because both the teams were coming up against each other without losing
Yep.
even a single game. Punjab got the better of Jammu and Kashmir.
Mhm.
So one guy, Vivrant Sharma, also top of the order.
Raj Sharma, yes.
Yeah, top of the order, bowling leg spin. So this guy also contributing really well. And I don't need to speak anything more. Abid Mushtaq is doing well, playing short, playing the role of crisis man also when the wicket has
Mm.
been
Uh,
really
JNK
difficult.
team without Parvez Rasool is unheard of.
Yes, sir. He's missing
And
out this tournament.
yeah, and also, they play in Delhi and Bombay a lot. They are all with
Mm.
big corporate houses. Somebody's with
Mm.
Tata, somebody's with Reliance. So they play very good cricket all around the year. They play a lot of
Right,
cricket in Delhi. Delhi one-day cricket is fabulous. It's one of the best in the
right.
country. So they play a lot over there. They might be playing for JNK, but they play all around
Mhm.
India. They're with Air India, they're with Indian Airlines, stroke Air India. So very good, that they play all around the year. They play very good cricket. So that just shows you
Mm.
get better.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, of course, Jammu Kashmir, Punjab. We talked about their potential during the Syed Mushtaq Ali Trophy, and they have really left a mark in this group. Kaushik, any surprising names from that Punjab team?
No surprising name. Just Mandeep Singh doing his job
Yeah.
silently. He is performing. He's again the lone warrior kind of innings he played that day
Mhm.
on a very difficult wicket. The second best score was Abhishek Sharma's 33, and he scored
Mhm.
90, and it was a low scoring game, and Punjab managed to win that game. So Mandeep Singh is doing his thing, and he scored a century as well early in this tournament. So it's again
Right.
Mandeep Singh. Again, yeah, 2 days back it was Anmol Preet playing that knock.
Yeah.
And
Rob
Molpreet has
Simran.
also got some runs.
Yes, he scored a century 2 days back.
In the last,
The
last
game
week.
before this game.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, he's and Baltej also he has been
Baltej has
fabulous.
been doing really good.
Has been fabulous.
Baltej has been doing really
नाम बलतेज है यार बहुत तो तेज हो गई
good. बिल्कुल एंड बट उसी ग्रुप में एमपी का परफॉर्मेंस बहुत डिसअपॉइंटिंग रहा है 4 मैचेस में 2 जीते हैं 2 हारे हैं दे आर ऑलमोस्ट आउट फ्रॉम द सेमीफाइनल रेस हाँ कौशिक
But Kuldeep Sen is bowling really well. He is bowling
कुलदीप
rockets.
सेन मैं
Uh,
आता मैं इंडिविजुअल परफॉर्मेंसेस में आता कुलदीप सेन has left a mark
their
second
batting
time
has been a bit.
cricket
Their batting has been a bit quite.
वेंकट
Shubham Sharma
Venkatesh Iyer has been missing.
or Shubham Sharma also not making runs like last season. He was
he
like
got
हाँ
a
a
हाँ
hundred
batman.
got 100 but
Yeah,
not enough
100, but not that
उसके बाद ही
consistent
faded
like.
off
Yeah,
completely.
yeah.
it's true
Alfredo, can you hear us? Of course, there has been some
I
internet
can.
issues.
Can you hear me? I had a slight internet issue. I'm connecting from the phone now, actually.
हाँ.
Yeah.
No, you are audible. You are audible here. We were talking about Punjab and Jammu Kashmir Group D. Looks like they both will qualify for the quarterfinals. A straightforward group, rather.
Possibly that's one group where things are not that complicated, right? I mean,
Yeah,
the other
absolutely.
groups you can't say for sure at the moment that who will make the cut. That's possibly
Mhm.
one group where things look a little more straightforward.
Right.
Punjab, obviously, they're the favorites to qualify from that. They
Mhm.
also don't have Gill at the time. Uh, Mandeep Singh is
Right. Oman
obviously
is not there.
scoring, and they have
Mhm.
other players also. Punjab is also a side which has a fairly decent batting lineup
Mhm.
with enough just about enough bowling resources also. Maybe on
Right.
the spin front they are not that well off, but उनके पास तो है वो तगड़े हैं ना वो तो
Right.
उनके पास है materials.
राइट हमने सैयद मुश्ताक के टाइम पे भी बोला था कि लाइक दे आर अ स्टार स्टडेड साइड सारे ही लगभग सारे प्लेयर्स ही आईपीएल खेलते हैं सो दे आर अ वेल ऑयल्ड साइड परफॉर्मेंस अच्छा कर रहे हैं नॉकआउट्स में भी अच्छा करना चाहेंगे इफ दे वांट टू मेक इट टू द क्वार्टर फाइनल्स व्हिच इन ऑल लाइकलीहुड विल हैपन बट दैट ब्रिंग्स
I
अस
would
टू द
say
लास्ट ग्रुप ऑफ
few years,
यस अफरोज
I would say over the last few years, Punjab performance wise has disappointed a bit, but now is their time to it's time to come. अभी इनको अच्छा करना चाहिए. पिछले कुछ सालों से performance wise कुछ खास उन्होंने किया नहीं.
internet glitch hai kuch Afroda, I guess so your voice is breaking in between but yes we got your point there ki Punjab over the last few years as Joydipta emphasized during our Sayyid Mushtaq Ali domestic Adda that they are a star packed side and they should not only qualify for the semi-finals or quarter-finals but rather go on to win the tournament that is where the potential lies within this Punjab team but that brings us to the final group and we'll have some conversations here regarding Bengal team. Joydipta is here. Of course, Maharashtra, Ruturaj Gaikwad, Rahul Tripathi scoring runs, 4 matches, four wins, unbeaten so far, 16 points, sitting comfortably at the top. Railways and Bengal are on 12 points. Joydipta, Bengal didn't have the best of starts. Topsy-turvy really so far. What do you think of this Bengal unit so far in this Vijay Hazare?
I think they got outplayed in one game by Mumbai, but they, the
Yes.
last ball, 6 over covers of Shahbaz, you don't see that. Anytime you lose a game in the last ball, it's anybody's game. You can't say they played badly
Right.
in that game. Yeah,
Right.
but I think, Railways didn't get a lot of runs, but still the
Hmm.
bowlers did the job. So maybe
Yes.
the wicket a little bit with it.
Manoj
So
Tiwari picking 3 wickets in 5 overs.
Manoj is a fantastic cricketer. I mean, I could talk about Manoj till the cows come home,
Yeah.
but he can do anything on a cricket field. But I think that's how this competition is. Anybody beats a bit like the English Premier League, where Man
Yep.
City just somebody on the last day of the league. who are
Hmm.
not one of the top 10 teams, whatever. So the point I'm trying to make here is they had one bad game against Mumbai, but after that they've held their own. Even that
Hmm.
game they should have won. Last ball six, that Hungarakar hitting a six over
Uh-huh.
covers of Shahbaz. They were 2 overs 29. You would back Bengal to win that
Hmm.
game. Mukesh and Shahbaz bowling, 2 overs
Hmm.
29 and six down. It's not that they were 2 or 3 down. So six down.
Right.
Uh, that was the game that. And if they'd won that game, they'd be cruising right now. But that's how small the
Right.
margins are.
Absolutely. And through the Kaushik, Mumbai winners of Syed Mushtaq Ali Trophy, are they a bit hungover right now? Four matches, two defeats, and looks like they will have to work really hard if they want to qualify to the next round.
Kaushik.
Yeah, I think
Kaushik, by the way, you picked Mumbai as your pre-tournament favorites to
yes,
win
yes.
Vijay Hazare as well.
Yes, yeah, definitely, because the kind of depth they have, but the kind of performance they gave against like of services. Maharashtra was a high scoring game.
Yeah,
I think
They're
that will
still in
go
the
for.
fray. If they win
Yeah,
both
yeah,
they
yeah.
are
games,
still in the
They, all,
fray.
they played only 4 games, so they are
Four
still
four
in the fray.
matches,
Yeah,
two wins, two
yeah,
defeats. Yeah.
yeah. So, but the defeat against services will really can really hurt them. But
Yeah.
they still have chance. They are quality side with elite mindset players. So I hopefully they make it.
Of course, but you
This
you
is
have to
one
win
group
all.
where
Yes,
this is
After.
one group where things are quite open. Things are quite open. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
you still can't say that who will, other than Maharashtra probably, you still can't
Yes.
say that who's going to make the cut and who is going to not.
Right. Right.
I'm a little
Absolutely.
disappointed
Railway
with the
12
performance of
points,
Bengal.
Bengal 12 points. Yeah, yeah, Atruda, please.
I'm a little disappointed with the performance of Bengal.
Uh-huh.
Yes, that Maharashtra game, last ball, six and all that, those things worked against them. But batting as a batting unit, Bengal has not fired, according to my opinion. In my opinion,
Right.
agree.
Right.
I
Even I
thought
agree.
they should have batted. And this is
Agree.
one department which has been bugging Bengal for a while now.
In
Hmm.
every group over the last 4 5 years, it's an Achilles heel for it.
Yeah,
It's the bowling unit that always takes us. Even if you see the year
yeah,
Bengal plays
yeah.
the finals, the semi-finals, you see the batting unit and the bowling unit, and we make sure we look after our bowlers, give them good food, give them extra leg space in the flight, good rooms in the hotel. They bail us out a lot.
But of course, I
Uh,
mean, Joyita, Atruda, you expect more. I mean, Abhimanyu Ishwaran has been scoring runs consistently, but you expect more from someone who is pushing for that India call-up. He has been with the Indian team as a player, as a squad player. But again, you expect far more from a quality player like Abhimanyu Ishwaran. Of course, the likes of Abhishek Das or Sudeep Gharami, they haven't been able to get those consistent run under their belt. Anustup Majumdar, Manoj Tiwari are the experienced mainstay in that middle order, and they have been scoring runs. But you expect more from that Bengal unit together, the batting lineup, the quality they have.
Yeah, absolutely. Abhishek
I
Das hasn't got a game. Gharami's got
Uh-huh.
100, so he's done well. I think
Mhm.
Abhimanyu is a gun 50 over play, and he's got just
Right,
150 the last game in the Railways game, which was a very important
right.
50 because his
Important
50
one.
and Abhishek Purel's 50 that got us to
Yeah.
a position of to fight, and we won the game.
Mhm.
But yeah, Abhimanyu, T20 is not his strongest version. 50 overs and
Right.
Days cricket, he's an absolute gun opener, and we need him to fire.
Mhm. Right, right, right. So
I
that's
think
it.
I
Yeah.
think Bengal needs somebody in the middle order who could say, in the context of a T20 match, somebody who could score a 40 ball 60. It's very different. The
That's
requirements are very
Shahbaz.
different in 50 over cricket.
Shahbaz and
Mhm.
Ritik Roy Chaudhary, Ritik Chatterjee, these are the guys who've been given this job. Ritik Chatterjee got a very useful 37 at the end in the
Yeah.
last game because at one time we were reeling at about 170 for 7. He came and took us to about 230 to 248. Akash Ghoto came and hit a
Mhm.
few sixes. Geet Puri came and hit a 1-6 in 3 balls. So, there's a bit of far. But I agree with Atru. The batting has been an Achilles heel for a while for Bengal.
Mhm.
And
I
in all
also
the
agree. Yes,
formats.
Kaushik. Yeah, yeah, in all the
Joydas,
formats. Red ball,
Joydas,
they have collectively done well in red ball. Shahbaz heroics have always helped them. But yes, as a collective unit, we know the quality they have. Yes, Kaushik.
Joydas, someone like Kavi should get the opening. Means not opening. Should get into the 11. or to this senior
Kazi
men.
is right now playing the under 25. He's the captain,
Yes,
so he's there.
yes.
But Sudeep Gharami got 100 in Dilip Trophy, in Ranji Trophy. Then he's got 100 here. He's got a 50 in the last game. So that place is
Right.
taken. Ahmed is the other opener. Number 3, we are playing. We're trying different people. Right now, Anushtup is playing 3. Manoj is
Yeah.
playing 4. So we'll have to see who we can. Shabazz is there. Ritik Roy Chaudhary is
Shabazz
there.
is there.
That is there.
Abhishek Porel is starting now.
Abhishek Porel stroke Agniv Pan are there. So जगह तो बनाना
Hmm.
पड़ेगा. But if Kazi is a very, very good player. His time will come.
I
This
think
time
Bengal
will
should
come.
once they have started investing in people like Gharami or Abhishek Porel, they should persist with them for a while. They have shown the
Yeah,
potential.
you're
They
right.
have performed under pressure, and I think Bengal should persist with them for a while before.
Bengal do that. He didn't have a great Ranji Trophy start to his career, but they gave him 3-4 games and then he came through. They persisted with
Yeah.
him.
Right.
I mean, in longer rope, Abhishek Porel can be a gun player, with really good wicket keeper, has that power, natural power. Although he's a very lanky, thin guy, but he has that power in his
It's the
shots.
lanky thin guys that hit it the longest. Surya, Hardik, Lakshminathan Shukla.
For Bengal, Shabazz also, he's a lanky guy, but can hit big ones.
Shabazz once, we were 20 for 5 against Tamil Nadu in
Yeah.
Jaipur, batting second.
Yeah.
He came and got 100. He just blasted. Rinku Singh,
Mhm.
what a
Yeah,
player.
Rico Singh.
Just
What a
doesn't
player,
fail.
what a player.
59 first class average, 60 list average. What a player.
I seriously think Rinku Singh should be drafted into the A squad, India A squad. The way he has been performing for the last 3-4 years now in Ranji Trophy, in Vijay Hazare Trophy, he's a gun player.
True.
हम थक गए हैं शुभेंद्र.
Right. 3 साल पहले 4 साल पहले सूर्या की बात कर रहे थे, अभी हम रिंकू सिंह की बातें करते हैं.
But can you imagine a guy in first class cricket averages 59.3, in list A averages 55.4, and in T20 where he bats 6-7 averages 25.9, which is 26 with a strike rate of 138. How good is that?
That's really, really impressive. And still
Unbelievable.
he hasn't gotten into the India A team.
And I
And-
have not seen anybody run quicker than him.
Yeah, he's a top fielder, top fielder.
and he scored tough runs because the UP
Yeah.
batting lineup is so
Fragile.
means, fragile. Yes, so he scored some tough runs.
And great guy. I've spent some time with him in KKR. Has been
Very
bitten
good
by
guy.
has been bitten by a monkey 3 or 4 times. Lucknow boy. So he's got this marks on his hand. He's a very fair guy. So I said, इधर क्या हो गया? बोले सर हमें बंदर ने काट लिया 3-4 बार. I said ठीक है चलो. इसलिए तो अच्छा player बन गया. Good. Great guy.
Yes.
Superb guy.
Yes. But before we close our session, one final question to all of you. 4-5 मैचेस हो चुके हैं अभी रणजी विजय हजारे ट्रॉफी में. कौन सी टीम लग रही है? Which team do you think is looking really, really strong to go all the way? Or at least
All
make
the
it
way-
to the final.
All
Of
the
course,
way
knockouts.
Ahmedabad. Totally different conditions again.
Ah,
Lot warmer,
Right.
lot more, so in the Narendra Modi Stadium. So again,
Mhm.
difficult to say. Punjab looking good.
Punjab looking good. Good. Tamil Nadu, I would say, can
Yeah.
push if they can
Yeah,
push a
Tamil
bit.
Nadu looking good, yeah. But sometimes the ones who are in gun form in the group stage don't go on to win. Because it's another
Right.
tournament starts once the playoffs start.
Right.
It's like the IPL. Not often does the number one team in the group go on to win the IPL. Because IPL पहले सब ट्राई करते हैं, पहले 4 में घुसो, उसके बाद और एक टूर्नामेंट शुरू होता है. उसको भूल जाओ अभी.
Right. Right. Atryoda, your pick. Which
Tamil Nadu.
team you think? Tamil Nadu. Tamil Nadu is a straightforward pick there. Kaushik, if I have to ask you, Atryoda, yes.
That's because I lived over there for so many years.
Yeah, I'm going with Bengal. I think Bengal is going to qualify and going to really come through. Shabazz will be for a while because he's going to New Zealand.
Shabazz won't be there.
Yeah, so that's a big miss. But I don't know when he's back, and I don't have no idea about the travel plans. But that game is on the 26th. I'm expecting Bengal to go all the way this time.
Kaushik, your pick?
Oh,
I will still go with Mumbai and Karnataka is also.
Hey,
He's
between
backing
you and I,
Mumbai.
one of us are Between you and I, one of us is losing in the group stage only.
Imagine
Wow.
Assam being on the
Assam,
top of their group and picking.
not going with Assam, top of the group, Assam boy. Don't go on to
Then,
the
yeah, Assam and Maharashtra, they will go up. They will definitely qualify, but I think Karnataka has also good chance because they all lost only one game. And
if Assam qualify, it'll be a great feat for them. Great feat.
Yeah.
It's not easy to qualify.
From that group, especially.
When you see the playoff teams, you just see the number of good teams that haven't made it. That will give you an idea of the year we reached the semis of the finals of the Ranji. The teams that didn't make it to the playoffs were Delhi, Punjab, Bombay, Tamil Nadu. These are the teams that didn't make it to the
Yeah.
Ranji playoffs. Look at the teams. Phenomenal.
Absolutely. But I'll go with an off-field choice. I have been mighty impressed by them. I think Jammu and Kashmir are going to do something. At least in the semi-finals, they are there. It's my call.
Good call.
Oh, that's interesting.
I think the way they have played their cricket, collective unit, good pacers, good spinners, all-rounders, multi-skilled players, they are back with some good talents, I must say.
That is the best thing. I mean, that is one of the best things that has happened in Indian domestic cricket in a long time, because you have so many teams. I mean, people who had heard of when Jagadeesan was playing cricket, when I started following domestic cricket, who had heard of Jammu and Kashmir or Kerala or Saurashtra? So now they are not just there; they have become contenders. So that is the best thing that has happened in our domestic cricket.
True.
Right. But I guess that's a good note to end this session, 1 hour session. We have had some great discussions, covered all the groups, players, and of course, we'll have some more details when the next round of matches happen. We'll come again live, discuss and chatter about what has happened in the Vijay Hazare Trophy. Of course, we are planning to do something on under 19 women's as well. The World Cup is nearing. The Senior Women's World Cup will also be there. So do check out for that. Do wait for that. We'll be up with something special on that. But thank you, Atroda. Thank you, Joyda. Thank you, Kaushik. It has been a pleasure to discuss domestic Vijay Hazare Trophy with you all, and we'll continue to cover the domestic cricket, Vijay Hazare Trophy, and other tournaments as well. The FIFA World Cup is starting today. Enjoy a good round of football, and it's going to be a jam-packed couple of months for the next time. But thank you so much again, gentlemen, and thank you. That's it from my side.
Thank you, gents.
Hi, bye.